Hello Cometsgate, Rorschach here. How's everyone doing? Take a look at Swindon. It's rainy, it's dark, and people are in their cars. That's what you need to know about Swindon. What do you need to know about Batman Beyond, issue number 26? Well, I'm feeling sorry for the writers in comic books today. I really am, because they're working with severe limitations about what they can and cannot do. Let's have a look at the options that they've got. Well, they can do some deconstruction, some postmodern lefty deconstruction, the kind of stuff that Tom King does and Brian Michael Bendis does, where you take the idea of a superhero and you rip him apart and you put him through trauma and you make him less than what he was at the beginning. And look at Tom King's recent Mr. Miracle arc for more details on that, how you completely deconstruct and emasculate a superhero character. So you can do that. The left is quite happy for you to do that. Or you can do some funny jokes, some silly humour, but don't do the kind of humour that would actually make people laugh. Don't do Killstream type of humour. Don't do edgy humour, because that's problematic. So that's not going to be fun. That's not going to be a lot of fun, really, is it? Trying to write a comic book full of jokes that aren't going to make anybody laugh. So what else can you do? Well, you can do a bit of social commentary. That doesn't really work well, because the social commentary coming from, it's a big gay disco. It's a gay corporate disco today. It's lying to you that there is no wage gap and women are not oppressed in white Western countries. There is not a tidal wave of white supremacy and racism affecting peoples of colour. So if you do that, you come across as either disingenuous or a bit of an idiot. So it's probably not a good idea to do the social commentary stuff. So what other options do you have? Well, you're not going to be telling the truth about anything. That's not allowed. It's not allowed in comics. So don't even think about doing that. Don't even think about bringing a bit of reality in comics. No. No reality is allowed on the gay disco. So you've got one option, haven't you? You've got nostalgia. You can go back to the past and you can get the readers, who are mainly people my age now, apparently, in their 40s, and get them to think about the good old days. And that's what Batman Beyond does with the Joker here from The Killing Joke. So this is Alan Moore's classic, The Killing Joke, the origin story of the Joker. And reading this book actually made me want to go back to the original Killing Joke story, because I haven't read it in 25 years, a long time. I think I read it in the library. I've never actually had a copy of the book, because when I was in my 20s, I couldn't afford comic books. I was completely utterly broke, so I used to go to the library and read them there. So yeah, so I asked my brother to get me a copy of The Killing Joke for Christmas. I'd like to reread that book, and I'll probably do a review on it and lament, how great the comic books were in the past compared to what we get today. This isn't a bad comic book, by the way. We got Dan Jurgens writing the book. Dan Jurgens is the guy who got replaced by the Bendis bot. So this is what Dan is doing today, and the art is wonderful. It's by Brett Booth. Look at that. Some special panels here. There's a double page spread that I want you to have a look at, because it's really wow. This guy's put in a lot of work for a book that no one's going to be reading. Look at that. This is the Batman and Robin of the future, by the way. This book is all set in the future. So what's happened here story wise is Barbara Gordon is now the commissioner of the police. She's obviously cut all her hair off to be a good career girl. There's no mention of her husband and children. And the Joker's come back from the past to shoot her and put her back in a wheelchair. But this time he misses. She's not going to be victimised this time, and she boots him in the face. And off he goes through the window. There's a mattress on some sort of floaty fan thing there waiting for him. And he's wearing the same shirt that he was wearing in the original The Killing Joke. So this is all, it's activating the good feels that you get from nostalgia. And look at his hat though. I like the hat. Trans Gotham. I want a hat just like that. They should sell that. They will never sell a hat like that. They can, pretend that it's about some sort of transport in Gotham, but Trans Gotham, we all know what it means. Nice one, Mr. Booth. Yeah, that hat would be a sellout in a manner that these comic books will never be today. So the story isn't really important. It's just something pretty to look at and some nice nostalgia. And we've got an old Bruce and an old Richard. Of course, remember there'll be no Dicks in comic books anymore. So he's Richard now, and he's got the same haircut as a Reed Richards in the future. This looks wonderful. It's great to look at, but there we go. It's a reminder that it's all referencing things that have been done in the past. This is actually going to be in cinemas, this movie. I guess they're catering to people like me who just want to bathe in the nostalgic glow of better times, you know. I can understand why they're doing it, because they haven't got anything that people get excited about today, because we're living at the time of dying Western civilization, where the egalitarianism that we've been told about for decades and decades has proven to be a total fraud, and people are starting to understand that. So people are a little bit sad as reality starts to emerge again amidst the lies of leftist cultural hegemony for decades and decades and decades. Back to the comic book. What happens? Not a lot. Just Joker's trying to kill Barbara Gordon again. I won't do too many spoilers here. Get the book because it's great to look at. And if you're old like me, you enjoy panels like that, which go straight back to, was it 1989? I think 1980s anyway, when the Killing Joke first came out. So glorious, wonderful, exhilarating. He's talking about the past, aren't we all today? So that's Batman Beyond. It's okay, you know. It took me about 2 or 3 minutes to read. That's what I want. Yeah, I've got some pretty pictures there, but I understand what Dan Jurgens is working with here. You know, he's basically trying to write a story with his hands tied behind his back, and this is the best you can do now. A bit of nostalgia that's not going to offend anybody and doesn't get people like me going, yay, thumbs up on YouTube. That's it for me for the time being then. I'll end the video there. Thanks for checking it out. Please like and subscribe to the channel if you'd be so kind, and I'll be back as always later. Cheers, guys.